What do you mean you don't care about my happiness? I thought we were in this together. Look, we'll talk about this later. Guys, Ryan from the Melbourne Centre of Healing here, and I have some disturbing news. You ready for it? Your brain does not give a fuck about your happiness. Doesn't sound very promising, right? But it's true. It doesn't care. Think about something that you may have done, an activity or something of that description, which has made you feel amazing and added value to your life. It might have been something you did once, something you used to do every week, and then for whatever reason, you just stopped. I'll use yoga as an example, but this can be any kind of activity. So you're someone who does yoga each week, you feel amazing afterwards, it has flow-on benefits into your life, you love it, then all of a sudden you just stop. And then you'll think back to it and you're like, God, I used to love doing that. Why did I stop? Why is that? I'll use an example from my own life. So I do breath work. It's part of my daily routine that I do. I've been doing it for a while now. This breathing practice can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 20 minutes. And it has incredible benefits in my life. I remember when I was like 1 or 2 months into doing it every day, and I just lost this motivation. I'd go to do it, and then my brain would just be like, nah, we don't have the time today. We'll make up for it tomorrow. And I ended up going a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days without doing it. And then I finally forced myself. I'm like, what am I doing? It just didn't make any sense. So I forced myself to get back into it. And that first time that I did it again, I had all the benefits that I normally get, which I just feel amazing in the moment. It gives me more energy. I don't get sick. My hormones are balanced. I just feel really good. And then I'm like, why did my brain not want me to do this? I clearly get so much benefit from it, but my brain's like, nah, it doesn't do that much for you anyway. So what's going on here? The thing is, our brain is wired for survival, not for happiness, not for optimization. We're wired for anxiety. We're always on that lookout for what's going to hurt us. It's really old software that we have in our brain from hundreds of thousands of years ago. So our brain is always looking for what's wrong in the world, not with what's right. And this can serve us in certain situations. If we're having to cross the road in Thailand, don't know if you've been to Thailand, but you're standing there to cross the road, there's cars and there's bikes, they're going everywhere, there's people honking horns, no one's giving way to anyone, and you really feel like you're taking your life into your hands when you cross. So you have to be on the watch out for what's wrong. Okay, cool, I can get across the road. We can go to Bangla Road and have a good night. So it serves us in that situation. In most other situations, this software, this wiring, does not serve us. It's not a desirable state to be in. So whenever we're wanting to optimize our life, we'll do something and feel great in the moment, but then when we go to do it again, our brain will play it down. This is the trick that our brain plays. Because all our brain cares about is, hey, is this having to do with my survival? Nah, okay, it's not that important. So even though it is important to our happiness, it's important to adding value to our life, it's important to improving areas of our life, we'll play it down, our brain will play it down, and it will always do this, and it's quite crazy. So how can we try and get around this? We need to lock in that state that we have, whatever the activity or thing that we do is. We need to lock that feeling in after we've done it, that great feeling, so that we can tap into that whenever we're lacking that motivation due to our brain in the future. For me, I remember after I had the few days off the breathing and then I went back and I'm like, I laughed. I had this certain type of laugh where I'm like, you idiot, I can't believe you didn't do this. It adds so much value to your life. And I've locked in that feeling and that sort of laugh and that smile. So if ever I have my brain going, this isn't that important, I can just do that same smile and laugh and it takes me back to that good feeling, and I have the motivation then to say, bang, we're doing this. So if I use the example of, say, the yoga, right? So you're at the end of the yoga session and you're feeling that amazing feeling, and you need to lock that in. You do a certain breath or a certain movement, and as you're doing that, really feel that great feeling throughout your body, and this locks it in. So it might be a certain type of breath, yeah? So a certain type of breath that you don't normally do, but you do it at that time when you feel amazing, okay? And it locks it in place. So that next time your brain starts going, nah, we don't need to go to yoga. It's not that, you don't get that much benefit from it. You can do that exact same breath and it'll take you back and associate you back to that amazing time that you felt last time, and you'll have the motivation to go. So, although our brain doesn't give a fuck about our happiness, we can get around this. That's all from me today, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.